I pray to God to bless you all with perfect health and abundant wealth. Self-contemplation in philosophy. To what extent is this true? The candle itself melts and emits light. Whether it is the lights in the house or the writing lights on the street, everything we use, writing pen, pencil, ball to play with, is melting and melting, giving us knowledge. Metals such as steel, copper, brass, gold, silver, etc. are useful for us and give us happiness. They dissolve and become old. Everything in this world, even the hills and the snow, is melting and getting damaged. The living organisms in the sea are giving us pleasure and others are becoming food for us. Living things in the world, humans, animals, snakes, birds, insects, use each other as food, decay and die. There are trees that are useful for life. Animate beings and non-animate objects reach a certain point in time. Should decline. It means that something in this world must grow, survive, live, decay, merge into the earth. It's a million lives. Even the rivers and seas that have flowed for centuries must disappear and decline. Even the mountains have to decline and the earth has to be filled with water. Now the living and non-living creatures mentioned are useful to us. And we are useful to no one. Do we serve our family or join the country army and save the country? It is time for us to think whether we are being useful to anyone or are we being selfish and dependent on others and doing nothing. Now not only in the sky, the stars fall from above the sky, the planets explode after a few thousand years, they collide and explode, we cannot see them. But according to scientists, everything that needs to be destroyed will need to be destroyed in a few thousand years or more. When that happens, some veterans say that your birth must mean human service, Madhavasiva, which means that you will become God's favorite only when you help your fellow man in distress. It is said in Hindu Puranas that your birth will be reborn, that is, you will not be born again, you will merge into the Lord, you will merge into the soul of the Lord. Nothing comes with us when we die. If you do good deeds and not bad deeds, those who are alive will remember them. If you do bad deeds, they will remember them and keep them in their minds as a bad person. If we do many good deeds, we will remain in the pages of history and our names will be written in the books. We have to live like this, even though we are living in the past. If you die, 6 feet of ground is enough. Now 2 fistfuls of ashes are enough. They are said to be used for sprinkling on the ground and for sprinkling in holy water. And why are you accumulating so much wealth? To live for 100 years is a very short life. Why are we acquiring wealth that has not depreciated for many generations in such 100 years? We are not earning properly, we are not deceiving that we are getting rich with everyone's approval, as everyone knows. But the number of rich people is not more than 10%. 90% of the world's population is living in poverty because of extreme selfishness. 50 or 100 crore more is enough for us to survive and for our sons and grandsons to survive. Is it necessary more than that is the question to whom they should ask, and the answer should be answered to their satisfaction. Their numbers will decrease. Poverty of 90% of the world's population is likely to drop to at least 30%. Ruling parties, all the ruling parties in the countries of the world have something to think about, and their leader especially has to think and decide. As I say this, a thought comes to my mind. I will tell you that idea in September and see how many of you will respond to my idea. But it is not, nor is it its source. You can't imagine it's beautiful in your imagination. I will tell you in the first week of September. If my mind is the same, then there is no other way. This is your psycho-philosopher good boy.